Welcome to my very first episode of my productivity series. In this episode, we're going to be talking about going paperless. Coming up next. So here we are within Evernote for Mac, and I want to go over with y'all a little bit about going paperless in this episode. Now, as you see, I have Evernote open up, and let me just explain to you why I have Evernote opened up when I'm talking about a paperless system. So if you are interested in going completely paperless at your home or even at your business, and so Evernote is a great way to go paperless. And what I mean by that is, Evernote, you can pretty much scan every single document that you have, whether that be your Social Security card or your marriage license or your important documents for your electric bill, your water bill, your gas bill, whatever it is that you need to save, you can save it inside of Evernote. Now, with that being said, am I completely paperless? I am 99% paperless. Maybe 99.9% paperless. But I do have some of my very important documents still scanned in Evernote, but saved on an off-site safety deposit box. Just in case. Like my birth certificate and anything that requires a seal, that says that it's authentic and has never been copied before. Anything like that, I keep literally offsite in a safety deposit box. Now, in order for you to go paperless, see, I used to, a long time ago, I used to have 2 or 3 filing cabinets at home. Especially when I was really just saving everything, and even, at the tax year was over, I would save, boxes full of my tax years, 7 years worth of stuff. And well, now you don't have to do that. You can actually scan everything into Evernote or whatever application you want to scan it into and use it later. In fact, you'll have to check with your tax professional, but the IRS has let you now pretty much save everything on an electronic device or what have you. So you don't really have to have papers just, stacking up in your home. It's to try to create a paperless system. With that being said, I do, whenever I get mail in, like for instance, most of my mail that comes is junk mail, so I just throw it away. But if I do get anything like any kind of statement or what have you, or anything that's very important that I want to keep, I do use a scanner called Fujitsu ScanSnap. And I do scan the document directly into Evernote. Now, but for the most part, like my bank statements or my electric bill, water bill, gas bill, and such, all of those, I can download those statements from their corresponding websites. And when I download them, they're coming in a PDF, and then I just import those into Evernote and save it all in one area. Now, you can utilize different types of systems. Some people use Dropbox and just store everything there or what have you. But whatever it is that you choose to do, try to find something that syncs to the cloud. Now, of course, there's a lot of people out there, well, it's not very secure and this and that. And that's fine. If you're one of those that, it's not very secure and everything, sure, save it as on your local drive and just make sure you back it up. That's the most important thing. I, of course, fairly trust the security measures Evernote has, so I'm not really too concerned about the whole hacking stuff because, to be honest with you, if you're on the internet, even on your local drive, you could be hacked. But just saying. So with that being said, you want to make sure that you have it saved, but not only saved, but easily able to be found. So as you see here, I have Evernote, and this is my paperless system right here. I keep every single document that I need to keep or need to have inside of Evernote. Because Evernote has an awesome search capability. Because every document that I scan with my ScanSnap is a searchable PDF. Meaning that the words inside the PDF, or what have you, sometimes I do import documents or Word docs, but for the most part it's mostly PDFs. But the PDFs are searchable, and so inside that searchable PDF, whenever I do a search for something, it will locate that search string inside of that document and show me that result as well. But also, I created a tagging system, as you see here. Now, I do have notebooks set up to file away anything that comes in to my inbox. I file them away into certain notebooks. But for the most part, every single note gets tagged and gets into one of these tagging systems here. Now, each tag is like a file folder that is inside of your filing cabinet that you might have at home. So I might have had a filing cabinet called personal apartment housing for my last address. Or I might have one for personal auto insurance or personal auto loan. So you can think of tags as a file folder that you would create inside of your filing cabinet. And if you see up here under my notebooks, I do have a notebook called Filing Cabinet. Because everything that comes into my inbox, all this stuff here that I just scanned in here, will eventually get tagged and put into my filing cabinet here. Now, I also have a couple other notebooks for Sketch. That's another application which we'll go over in a later episode. And then I also have any current projects that I'm working on so I can access those quickly when I need to. But for the most part, I do file everything into a tagging system here that's pretending to be file folders that you would find in a filing cabinet. Okay. Now, when you go to go paperless, you want to make sure that you scan your documents at a very good resolution so that when you print it later, if you ever have to print it up or for whatever reason, it's not a low resolution that doesn't print very well. So you want to kind of print it or scan it in a very good format. Now, if you're scanning it as a PDF, pretty much the settings there will be fine. But find yourself a good scanner. I suggest ScanSnap. It works really well with Evernote. It might be a little bit on the pricey side, but it's an awesome scanning machine. Now, once you scan your documents into Evernote, you want them to go into an inbox, and then you can go ahead and tag them from there. But if I was you, I wouldn't scan every single thing in your filing cabinet at once. I would, do it over a course of a week, or depending on how big your filing cabinet is, maybe even over a course of a month. Just scan it, scan maybe one file folder at a time, go ahead and label or tag it and put it in the corresponding tagging. Make sure you come up with some sort of tagging system first and create that first, and then go ahead and put your documents out of your file folder into that tagging system. And you want to make sure that if you are using a scanning application such as ScanSnap or what have you, if you're using a scanning machine, that you're scanning both sides of your documents, because sometimes you kind of get used to your scanner just scanning one side and forgetting about the other side. So you always want to make sure that it's scanning on both sides of your documents, because some documents have more than one side. Now, after you scan your documents in there and you tag them and everything, It's up to you whether or not you want to go ahead and throw them away or shred them and everything. That's up to you. But if you want to go paperless, that's the whole point of going paperless, is getting rid of papers out of your house or what have you, and having everything in one centralized location inside your computer. Now, the great thing with Evernote is, because it is synced to the cloud, I can access these documents anywhere I want to go, whether that be at my work or on my phone. If I'm out, at the grocery store or what have you, and I need to pull up a document real quick and share it with somebody or email it to somebody, I can do such. So Evernote is very good at keeping those notes readily accessible for you if you ever need them. More so than, say, your filing cabinet at home. Let's say you're out in town and somebody called you and they need a document and it's an emergency situation, and you don't want to have to come all the way home and get it and scan it and email it to somebody. It's already there in Evernote. So, now, one thing I will suggest, though, is anything that's important, like birth certificates, or if you have a certified document, whatever that might be, that had a bank stamp on it or what have you, you don't want, you can scan those into Evernote so you can have a copy for those people who do not need the original copy that has a stamp on it. You can scan that into Evernote just so you have a copy, but the originals, you can either keep it at home in a fireproof box, or you can keep it off-site in a safety deposit box just in case of a fire that happens. You don't lose those documents. But that's basically the only papers that I actually technically keep. Everything else gets scanned into Evernote, and then I throw away those documents. I throw them away into a trash can. And to be honest with you, I don't even shred them. But that's up to you. If you want to shred them, you can. Now, if you are utilizing Evernote in a business aspect, you can also do the same thing. And I did that at another workplace. I created a paperless system there, and because I didn't have no filing cabinets basically in my office, and it was just a lot easier. Now, like I said, you can scan pretty much everything you have in there, like pay stubs you can scan in there, receipts. I use Evernote a lot for keeping my receipts. You can even put your tax returns in here. You can pretty much put everything you want inside of Evernote. So my suggestion is, and it's up to you, but if you are planning on going paperless and you want a really good paperless system, I would suggest using Evernote. It's an awesome way to go paperless. So here we are with my iPhone, and I want to show you this cool little app called Scannable. So as you see here, when you click on Scannable, you go into a basic scanning engine, and you can scan your receipt just like that, and it comes into your screenshot here, and you click on the check mark, and when you do that, it shows you a preview of your receipt. You click on Save, and you see I have receipt here as its tag. So basically, you just click on that and the Save button, and you can also send it as well as an email or what have you, but you can save it into your inbox, which is where I want to save it, and it goes and saves it automatically into Evernote. And so after you use your Scannable app, it scans it into Evernote, and then when you resync your Evernote here by either clicking on the sync button, or if you already have it automatically set up to sync, it'll come into Evernote here, and there is the receipt all scanned inside of Evernote. So this is an easy way for you to get your receipts scanned into Evernote or business cards or what have you when you're out and about in town and you don't have no other way of getting stuff inside of Evernote. And maybe you just want to go ahead and scan that receipt and throw it away or what have you, so you don't have to have receipts in your pocket or your purse or what have you. So there's another cool way to use a app on your phone to help you with your paperless system. So now, if you like this video and you want to see more videos like this, please click on the like button below, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Also, if you do subscribe to my channel, don't forget to hit that little bell notification so you can get notifications of any upcoming videos. And so with that being said, I want to wish you all an awesome day, and let's become more productive. Thank you.